G'day stargazers and welcome to another episode of Illumination. My name is Dan and today we've got a kind of a special kind of episode. Now, I can honestly say that I'm a very amateur astrophotographer, and I've taken some nice photos, but tonight's going to be a little bit different. Right now we have some very spectacular weather. Hardly a cloud in the sky, and it has been pretty much a pristine day. But having a look at the weather apps, we're expecting a lot of cloud cover tonight and into tomorrow, with a bit of rain and all that forecast for tomorrow. What we're going to do tonight is we're going to let Mother Nature be the artist. So we're going to let Mother Nature be the artist, the wind coming from Mother Nature to be the paintbrush, and then the cloud cover to be the materials that's going to be painted on the canvas. For this, we're going to be using a night lapse method. So we're going to run the GoPro, and it's going to be run from about 6 p.m. till 6 a.m. So 12 hours. And over those 12 hours, we'll probably get about a minute to 2 minutes worth of footage out of that. I'll go through the settings in a second. Okay, so for tonight's night lapse, I'm using the trusty GoPro 12. Now, I've used this for a lot of night lapsing. It's never let me down. It's like a Duracell. And I usually use the video format on it. There's either the two formats you can use are either video format or photo format. Video format tends to be not as, you can't do as much editing with the video format as you can with the photo format. So I don't really have much experience with the photo format, so I can't really just, explain that too well. But so for my settings that I'm using just for night lapses, for the clouds and all that, I'm using an aspect ratio of 8.7. I'm using a resolution of 5.3K, and the lens is going to be a wide lens, so I'm going to get as much footage as possible. My capture, that depends on how long you're going to go for, whatnot. So my capture, my interval time for a 12-hour session, it'll be usually about 30 seconds. I reckon about 30 seconds is a good time. There is no limit for the duration. The timer is off. The zoom is just normal one time, and a schedule capture, and that's turned off as well. So for my Pro Tune, it'll be a EV comp of -1.0. The white balance is going to be auto. The ISO is going to be, now this is where I'm not still too skilled. You can either do an 800 ISO, or I tend to go up to 1600 ISO. Tonight there will be basically a full moon, so you're going to get a lot of light coming down anyway. For me, I like the 1600 because it just gives that extra light to the clouds, and you can just, it just enhances it, I think. Personal opinion. Obviously, I'm not an expert. So we're going to raise that up to, ISO min and ISO max. We're just going to stick it in at 1600, lock it in, Eddie, on both min and max. We're going to go sharpness of high, and we're going to go color thing of vibrant. And that's it. So come back later on, we'll set it up and go from there. Okay, so the sun is going down, the clouds have actually come over. There is a rain band, or a big cloud band, coming from the west, and it's currently sitting on the borders of the Northern Territory, Queensland, New South Wales, and it's coming from west to east. So at the moment, everything's just moving this way. And tonight we're going to set up the GoPro facing east, and looking up, so the clouds just going over. All right, so I'm going to get set up now for the shot tonight. What I'm doing is I've got the GoPro angled up towards the sky. I've got it on the lowest setting with the tripod. Now in front of me there is a point of reference, or a foreground shot, that I'm going to stick into the night lapse as well, and that's a sunroom, and it should give it a nice, an absolutely nice shot for tonight. There could be some rain overnight. That's not too much of an issue. The GoPro lens actually has like a kind of a water resistant film on it, so any water drops that do get onto the lens will just dribble right off, type of thing. So for tonight, what you're going to need to do is, with your GoPro, you can get an aftermarket cover for your battery, which exposes the USB-C port. Now, this allows you to have a power pack and attach it to the GoPro without having to open up the battery cover. So you've got a USB-C port or cable. I'm just going to stick that in there, and then what you're going to do is you've got a battery pack. Make sure it's decently charged up. This one's on 90%, and because there might be some rain tonight or some dew in the morning, I just like to use like a plastic tub, and then we stick the battery pack in there. We close it up as much as possible, and then let it run its course. Alright, so it's about 6:15, and just going to run through it now and look, see what we've got. We've got about 2 minutes and 27 seconds worth of footage, so yeah, it's been roughly going for about 12 hours. Yeah, not too shabby at all. At the moment, it's got it's literally got the skylights from the Gold Coast in the east there, actually just lighting up the clouds, and now the moon's rising, gives that extra bit of oomph to the image. Yeah, I'm quite liking that. Oh, there we go. Alright. It's not too bad at all. There's just a steady flow of the clouds moving to the east. There we go, the full moon too. There we go, so it's 1600 ISO. The image comes out pretty superbly, and there we go, that's the clouds get a bit heavier. Yeah, it's just a steady flow. The wind direction is just constantly to the east, so yeah. Look at that. Excellent. Yeah, you can see some of the low clouds there as well as the high clouds coming through. Huh. There you go. It's quite a good image. Really what you want is not just a constant flow of wind. You want the flow to be, you want them to go this way and then comes in this way, and then it just makes the clouds, it's like you're underwater looking up, and the waves are going overhead and all that. That's what you really want. But no, for an attempt overnight, that's actually a really good effort. Thank you, Mother Nature, for your effort today. So that's it. That's still trying to think of a name. Sky art or cloud art. Letting Mother Nature do all the work. So there we go. Thank you again for watching, and see you on the next episode.